Bill Callahan is an American singer-songwriter and guitarist who has also recorded and performed under the band name Smog. Callahan began working in the lo-fi genre of underground rock, with homemade tape albums recorded on 4-track tape recorders. Later he began releasing albums with the label Drag City, to which he remains signed today. Career: Callahan started out as a highly experimental artist, using substandard instruments and recording equipment. His early songs often nearly lacked melodic structure and were clumsily played on poorly tuned guitars, resulting in the dissonant sounds on his self-released cassettes and debut album Sewn to the Sky. Much of his early output was instrumental, a stark contrast to the lyrical focus of his later work. Apparently, he used lo-fi techniques not primarily because of an aesthetic preference but because he didn't have any other possibility to make music. Once he signed a contract with Drag City, he started to use recording studios and a greater variety of instruments for his records. From 1993 to 2000, Callahan's recordings grew more and more professional sounding, with more instruments, and a higher sound quality. In this period he recorded 2 albums with the influential producer Jim Merck and Tortoise's John McEntire, and collaborated with Neil Haggerty. Callahan also worked closely with his then-girlfriend Cynthia Dall in his early career, and they contributed vocals to each other's albums. After 2000's Dongs of Devotion, Callahan began moving back to a slightly simpler instrumentation and recording style, while retaining the more consistent songwriting style he had developed over the years. This shift is apparent in albums such as Rain on Lens, Supper, and A River Ain't Too Much to Love. Smog's songs are often based on simple, repetitive structures, consisting of a simple chord progression repeated for the duration of the entire song. His singing is characterized by his baritone voice. Melodically and lyrically he tends to eschew the verse-chorus approach favored by many contemporary songwriters, preferring instead a more free-form approach relying less on melodic and lyrical repetition. Themes in Callahan's lyrics include relationships, animals, relocation, nature, and more recently, politics. On the subject of voice in his albums, Callahan has said, "Euro unregistered trademark s usually one character per record. So, the character appears in all or most of the songs on one record and then is gone. Though it makes me feel weird to talk about. Because I don't Euro unregistered trademark T really think in clear terms of characters. My albums as a whole could be seen as one character with many voices." His generally dispassionate delivery of lyrics and dark irony often obfuscate complex emotional and lyrical twists and turns. Critics have generally characterized his music as depressing and intensely introverted, with one critic describing it as a peep show view into an insular world of alienation. Cat Power recorded Callahan's song Bathysphere on her 1996 album What Would the Community Think and also covered another Callahan song, Red Apples, on her Covers record, released in 2000. In 2007, Callahan released Woke on a Whole Heart, his first solo album released under his own name. Sometimes I Wish We Were an Eagle followed in April, 2009. Both recordings were released through Drag City, worldwide. In 2009, Callahan contributed cover songs on 4 separate tribute albums to Judy Sill, Kath Bloom, Chris Knox, and Merge Records. Apocalypse was released in April 2011 to favorable reviews. Critic Sasha Frere Jones called it my favorite of Callahan Euro unregistered trademark S albums, not because it has better songs Euro those are scattered among at least 5 others Euro, but because it does exactly what he wants it to do, it conveys an album Euro unregistered trademark S coherence. A tour film chronicling Callahan's 2011 Apocalypse tour was released in 2012. His latest album, Dream River, was released in September 2013. Personal life: though he was born in Maryland, Callahan's family spent a total of 8 years living in Knaresborough in England's North Riding of Yorkshire, with a 4-year return to Maryland from 1969 to 1973. His parents worked as language analysts for the National Security Agency. Callahan previously dated other high-profile musicians Cynthia Dall, Chan Marshall and Joanna Newsom. In 2013, he became engaged to photographer and filmmaker Hanny Banks. They were married the next year. Works in film and television. In 2000, Cold-Blooded Old Times appeared on the High Fidelity soundtrack. In 2000, Hit the Ground Running was featured over the ending credits of the film Swimming. In 2003, Halt was featured in the documentary Born Rich. In 2004, Vessel in Vain appeared on the soundtrack of the independent British film Dead Man's Shoes. In 2005, A Guiding Light appeared on the soundtrack of the film Winter Passing. In 2007, Halt was featured in a Cadillac Escalade commercial, which starred Bob Dylan. In 2008, Night was featured in the teen buddy comedy College. In 2012, Our Anniversary was featured during the closing credits of the film Smashed, and appeared on its soundtrack. In 2014, Night was featured in Season 1, Episode 4 of the Amazon Studios television series Transparent. In 2015, Small Plane was featured in Season 1, Episode 2 of the FOX television series Backstrom. Books. In July 2010, Drag City published Callahan's Letters to Emma Boldcut, an epistolary novel. A book of photographs of Callahan by Chris Taylor, titled The Life and Times of William Callahan, was released in January 2013. In October 2014, a collection of ink drawings by Callahan and lyrics spanning his first album As to Dream River was released, titled I Drive a Valence. Discography. As Smog equals, Sewn to the Sky, Forgotten Foundation, Julius Caesar, Wild Love, The Doctor Came at Dawn, Red Apple Falls, Knock Knock, Dongs of Devotion, Rain on Lens, Accumulation, None, Supper A River Ain't Too Much to Love. As Bill Callahan equals, Woke on a Whole Heart, Sometimes I Wish We Were an Eagle, Apocalypse, Dream River, Have Fun with God. Filmography, Polar X Apocalypse, a Bill Callahan tour film. References. External links, Music Guide to Bill Callahan at Ponton PL, Bathysphere, The Other Journal Interview, Pop Matters Interview, Bill Callahan at NPR Music, Day Trotter Session.